you're gonna be a good girl. Good girl. Good girl. That's a good girl. Thank you. You tightened up. Good girl. Good girl. Ready? Here's my good girl. There you go. Good girl. All right, let's scooch on in here. We're getting ready to start Bridget Boot Camp Day 4. So one thing that I had been doing wrong is I should have been giving her treats the first few days. So we're going to do that today. Oh, goodness. I should have came with a lot more treats than I did. I thought I had a bunch. You can see she's already hitting me 4 more treats. That's what I can't figure out, or the reason why I didn't give her treats to start with. And then also, as you can see, Atlee's really frustrated. So this might not work out. We'll see. We'll see. We'll give Atlee one. You want one? She's kind of off camera. There's Atlee. See, and then we've got these girls over here who also think they need a treat. Although Dove probably won't even take one. You want that? Or are you just being jealous? And then Harlow's over here, thinking she needs a treat. So it just doesn't feel right to give only Bridget treats. So we'll see. We'll see what we decide to do. Let's get us set up a little bit. Good evening, Jermaine. Carlini, is that how you say your name? Thank you, Vicky. All right, we're gonna try and see if we can get this girl to be nice. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go ahead and leave the treats outside of the stall, and then maybe if she's been good for a little bit, I'll give them to her. All right, ready to hang out, Bridget? Are we gonna be best friends? We're gonna be best friends. Oh, yeah. You gonna be nasty? You say hi? Oh, be nice, be nice. Yeah, she's already pulling as tight as she can against the thing I have her tied to. Can you say hi? Hi, show everyone you can be a nice girl. I put my shorts up right before I came out here, and one of them is 2 videos of her when she was a lot younger. I should have done this training clear back then, and I didn't. I just told her to be nice to me. So I'm paying for it now, but hopefully we'll get it figured out. I messaged the lady who had given me, I don't know if it was husband or wife, but that had been giving me some advice, and let them know I've been doing live, so hopefully they'll hop on and let me know this is what you should be doing, or great job. We'll see. Oh, once again, lots of just loving on her. Yep, getting beat up. Let's be nice to each other. Can you be nice? Oh, goodness. She's pushing her body into it already. You say hi? I am gonna try today to kind of keep her over more towards the wall, but we'll see. We'll see if she is so strong. So strong, and that is why I'm trying to do this, is to teach her I'm the boss while she's tied. So hopefully when she's not tied, she'll also think that I'm the boss, because yeah, she's way strong and pushes me around in the pasture, making it not super safe for me. Usually I can kind of read her vibes, but every once in a while, or it's not every once in a while, when she catches me not paying attention, is when she beats me up. So I have to stay on my guard, which you always should stay on your guard around animals this big, but I don't know, she's always been feisty since she was little. Atlee's over here just staring like, are we doing treats? Is that something we're gonna do? Oh, hey, Atlee, don't do that. Atlee was hitting her with her horn, which isn't very nice. Oh, but it's also a little bit of payback because she's beating me up. That's something, honestly, if I'm in the pasture and Bridget's like chasing after me and I can't get to the gate fast enough, I will go find Atlee because Atlee usually keeps me safe. Bridget doesn't mess with Atlee. Do ya? So I don't know if she's being good right now because Atlee's putting her nose in it, or if she's being good because she has submitted to me already, but I highly doubt that. You don't doubt that, or you don't believe that either? Atlee, stop. I might have to get Atlee tied up because my goal isn't for her to be hurt. That's not very nice, Atlee. But once again, I really do think Atlee kind of looks out for us. There's sometimes when she's either keeping Bridget in line or she cares that we're getting beat up, because I literally just go put Atlee between Bridget and I when she's being nasty. I can't believe you're just standing here. As rough as oh, there it is. As crazy as she was in the very beginning, I thought it would take her quite a while to not fight me. Oh, there we are. There we are. You're such a mean girl. You be a nice girl. You be a nice girl. I really might have to get Atlee tied up though, because I think that's one of the main reasons that Bridget's being good right now. You gonna be nice? You say hi? Yeah, she was plotting, 100%. I really do think she does that. Like, she'll wait till I squat down and then just come running. I mean, she crosses probably 100 yards faster than I can even think to stand up and get out of the way. Somebody says you're pretty. You say thank you. You too, Atlee. We think they're beautiful, but Bridget's attitude isn't so beautiful, is it? She's got her head all tucked up behind there, which is actually towards Atlee. So I really think she's being the way she is because she's kind of submitting to Atlee. When really I need her to submit to me. Got a frog in my throat. I should have brought a bottle of water out. But maybe between Atlee kind of keeping her in line and me loving on her, maybe she'll give in a lot earlier today and not beat me up. Oh, there we are. There we are, you mean girl. Look, who's that? Say hi. Can you say hi? I know a few of you have. Have any of you been watching her since either day one or the last few days, or is this your first day hopping on? Don't be sad. So my daughter will rub her like this, and usually it keeps her super calm, but every time I do it, it just makes her angry. Hey, Vicky. Thanks for watching today. Don't do that. So if anyone was watching yesterday, Bridget figured out, ooh, are you saying hi? Oh, you can't really see her nose, but she just threw some snot out, didn't ya? I thought you had commented, at least yesterday. Oh, what was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying a second ago. What do you think? Be a good girl? It's gonna make me crazy. What was I saying? Thanks for watching, Vicky. So what we are doing today in the last few days we are trying to train Bridget to not be grumpy and rude. She is a Highland cow that we actually had her horns taken off when she was little because she was aggressive clear back when she was little. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. It was about getting her halter off yesterday. But she has been ornery since she was little. Like if when you're off of here, if you go watch one of the shorts I put up today, was 2 times when she came after me when she was little. And I've never taken care of cows before, so I didn't know how to deal with it. So I just kind of decided it's her space. I'll respect her boundaries. Well, her boundaries have gotten a lot bigger and made mine a lot smaller. And so we're having to get her under control. And Cave Ranch Cattle Company gave me some advice, and this was one of the first things they said to do, to just halter her up and irritate her until she isn't irritated anymore. So we are on day 4 of that. And I am literally just loving on her. They say, like to do all kinds of things, kind of to keep them from getting spooked. Well, Bridget doesn't get spooked. She just gets grumpy. But okay, that thing that I was going to say, anyone who wasn't here yesterday, she figured out if she holds her head back a certain way, she can slip out of this halter. And she was ready to get me yesterday when she slipped out of the halter. So I tried to tie her a little bit tighter today, and I'm going to stay conscious of that. But the fact that she's sitting here with her eyes closed right now, am I talking about you? Your ears itching? Is kind of blowing my mind. So if only she can be super nice. Hello, Olivia. Thanks for coming back on tonight. So Atlee kind of walked over, kind of scared to let go over and move my phone. Every time I do that is when she kind of decides that she's the boss again. But we'll go ahead and try it. Oh, you gonna beat me up? Atlee kind of went away-ish. And she's still standing here. So I'm hoping that she will keep being nice. That would be super cool if she would be nice before the 14 days were up. I'm trying to think. Today, I didn't get to spend a lot of time in the pasture today. So I don't know if she was different towards me in the pasture today or not. I do feel like, so I did this right before it got super cold, and that's why we stopped. And I felt like she really was kind of starting to catch on, and I might have let my guard down too much when she was out in the pasture. And so when she in the pasture, then she kind of bumped me when I wasn't paying attention and made me fall down on the ice. And then I felt like we were back to square one with respect. So hopefully we're hitting, so this will be day 4 again, and hopefully we'll go right back to where we were. She does seem so much more relaxed than yesterday. I don't know what's going on. And it's about this, actually it might even be a little bit earlier than it was yesterday. Yesterday I got home a little later because of church. But yeah, she seems to just be laying here loving it, which has never happened. She was a little rough right in the very beginning, but this is nothing like the last few days have been. Yeah, she is relaxing, isn't she? You hanging out? I can't decide if it's because Atlee's still standing up that she's being respectful or not. Are you being a good girl today? Good girl, Bridget. Are you a good girl? Maybe it's because I gave her that treat after I put her halter on. She felt like, all right, nice guy. Atlee's being silly over here. Atlee loves to itch her horn or her head on her gate latch. And last winter, we thought it would be so cool to like decorate the barn, and we went and bought a bunch of flocked trees and put a bunch of lights up, and it was so pretty. But they figured out how to itch on their gate and open their gates. So we would come in the morning and literally trees knocked over, messed on. It was terrible. So we finally figured out they needed a lock on their gate. So it took us a few times of having to clean an entire barn of Christmas stuff torn up and pee and poo all over, but so they get locked in now. So Atlee can itch all she wants and doesn't get let out. We like animals here too, and they are smart. You are right. Thanks, Kat. I want them. They're so sweet. They are so sweet, and that's the thing. Even Bridget can be sweet sometimes. How many stalls do you have in your barn? Okay, so we technically have 4 stalls in our barn, and then the 5th stall, which is where Harlow stays, was supposed to be our feed area. So it is not as big as the other stalls, but we made these stalls big enough that it could be a mama and a baby. So that's why Harlow's okay in that other stall. She does have enough room to move around, but it does look small, definitely compared to these girls' stalls. We were supposed to only have 4 cows. That was our initial plan. Things have changed, obviously. When Bridget started being a butt, clear back when she was little, I think that post that I shared the second time she went and hit me, we already had Ember. So she was that tiny and being a butt. And when we went and got Ember, I was like, we are gonna need at least 1 more cow for my daughter, because she can't love on Bridget the way that the other kids get to. And so that's why we got to come home with Harlow. And we obviously love Bridget a lot, but my daughter likes to joke. She loves Bridget, wouldn't have traded her. Oh, there we are. There's the mean girl. I said we wouldn't have traded you, but she's actually super grateful that Bridget's kind of a butt, because if not, we wouldn't have gotten Harlow, because we were supposed to only get 4 cows. And we were just gonna have 4 cows and then birth their babies and then send them along their way and just keep these girls as our 4 girls. But now my husband's mind has changed a little bit. Here we go. We're gonna fight a little bit. Let's not. Can we be nice? Be a nice girl. Oh, not so nice. Yeah, these animals are fun. They're a lot of work, but when they're not beating you up, they're pretty fun. Sometimes I forget to slow down and enjoy them when it's cold outside. Lots of times I do just the cleaning and feeding and looking at them out my window, because I do not like to be cold. One thing that was kind of funny, when it was super cold out, I would go find Atlee if my hands were cold out in the pasture and put my hands up under her, because not only was she warm from her fur, but that black hair of hers just absorbed the, you're not going to get it off today, trying to get her halter off. She absorbed that heat, so she was so warm to hold on to. They are worth the time. And that's what committing an hour or more each day these next few weeks to loving on Bridget, I'm trying to tell myself, is worth the time. So hopefully she will quit being a butt and become someone. I joked the very last time I did it that it would be hilarious if she became the most snuggly cow after this. I don't think that's gonna happen, but it would be funny if it did. Are we gonna be best friends? Wanna be my best friend? Not so sure she does. What do you think? You be a good girl? Once again, super ready for those spring baths. She's gonna hit me again. My hands are all dirty. So that blow dryer that we do to spray the dirt out of them doesn't do as well as a hose and water. And some soap. I can feel like the oils and the dirt when I scratch down on her. Oh, you gonna beat me up? I'm hoping her baby's the opposite of her. So do they like baths? It depends on the cow. Kind of like Bridget's attitude. You say hi? You gonna push me again? I would say Ember is probably the best one to just stand there and take it. Dove hates getting a bath. I'm trying to think. One of them, honestly, the other 3 are okay. I'm trying to think which one it is that hates to stand there and get blow dried. Even though they get blow dried all the time, there's one of them after their bath, they're just like, I'm done. It honestly is probably Bridget because she's sick and tired of being touched. Are you the one that doesn't like to be or blow dried? It's either that she doesn't like it or the blow drying's my job usually when we are bathing all 5 of them, and I'm a little bit terrified of her, so I probably am just ready for her to be done and let you go a little early. Because that's the thing, you can blow dry them and you think you've got them all dry, but their hair is so thick. So we don't blow dry them or we don't wash them when it's too cold, and then we just get them dry. Honestly, more for ourselves than them. They don't mind being wet because they just run off and go do stuff. When they were really little, we had a few photographers that would come here and take photos with them, like do mini sessions. And I remember one time we got Dove all washed up and she was looking so good. And I let her go and she went and just rolled all over in the pasture. And then she wasn't that pretty little white anymore. So, they're kind of don't stay super clean right after they get their bath. Can be nice. Oh goodness. Making all the sounds, just wishing I'd go away. Got snot on your face when you do that. Thank you for watching. Yeah, that video, lots of people have been seeing it, which is super cool. That was the first video that we had that people kind of had a lot of interest in. And that is my favorite. Like, you would think, so tonight when I put them in bed, they were already up here at the gate, like, all right, let's do this. When I catch them off guard and get to call them and they come running in, favorite. Like, if I could I almost wish that I could, like, lock them back there and be like, all right, it's time for bed, because I love it when they come running. When they were super little, we didn't have the barn closed. We just let them come running in from the pasture, and we would call them, and their little hooves on the floor was my favorite when they were teeny tiny. Yep, like when we call them for dinner, yep. And that's the thing, people have asked, like, how did you train them to do that? Food, they love food. And so when they were really little, they all 3 stayed in this stall. So I would shake the treat outside of the barn, and then they would even run past me and straight into their stall. When we started separating them, I'm gonna have to ask one of my kids. I think probably it was just like, I don't know if Lana held a treat and walked Atlee to her stall, or if we haltered them or what, but it only took a few days of putting them where they got their own food and they didn't have to compete for it. But they were like, yeah, I'll go to this one. My short tomorrow will probably be, if I don't get any videos that are better, right before I jumped on here, I put the cows in, and Bridget went to Atlee's stall. So I hurried up and ran and shut Dove's stall and Ember's stall, because if not, then it just starts a circus. And I was able to do that. So then Bridget came to her own stall. So it wasn't as crazy as it can be. Make another video calling them in for dinner. I will absolutely, anytime I can video that, I try and do that. But has to be perfect timing kind of thing. And then I've thought about going back through my shorts and seeing what ones I could find of them running in. Because that's something I've actually videoed a lot, just not consecutively together. Hi, Spotlight. Did we adopt the cows? So we did, if you want to call, we adopted them, bought them, whatever. We found a lady that lives about 2.5 hours away. She is super great. Like, I still contact her today, even 2 years later, being like, hey, is this what I'm supposed to do or whatever? And she's been great to let me know. Hastings Miniature Cattle Company is where we got them from. And yeah, we got them when they were 3 months old, the big girls, just because that's kind of how our timing worked and her timing with her vacation and our vacation to be able to go and get them. And then Ember we got when she was 2 months old. And then Harlow, we actually got her at right about 6 weeks old. She was a bottle baby that they had. And so we were able to get her a little bit earlier. She does seem more calm, so hopefully she doesn't make things crazy. Do you want to be on the live or no? No. You don't know? I'll flick your hood off and say hi. This girl here is Bridget's mama. I guess Bridget and Harlow's mama. You're bringing dinner to Bridget. Gonna taste test? Not so much? Hold on, are you gonna give a bite to Ember? Is that what you're getting ready to do? Let me turn the camera around. We'll see if Ember wants to taste a homemade burritos. She wants the whole thing. That's Bridget's, or that's Luca's dinner. Is that yummy, Ember? I thought so. Yeah, Luca, she's my girl that if I need help on the farm, Luca's my girl. We actually today, we were dealing with that bumblefoot chicken and we tried to catch her today and she would not let us. So she is catching on that when we put the scratch out, she needs to run the opposite direction. So hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to get her. Right. Harlow trying to get dinner.
I gave her some for the whole thing.
She wants the whole thing. So yeah, Luca is super great with the cows. I like to tease her sometimes and tell her it's probably her fault that Bridget's bad because she was too nice to her. She didn't show her who was boss. Huh. She need to boss you around a little bit more. I think it's funny that she's all interested in Luca over there with food, yet she wouldn't take a bite. What do you think? You gonna be good for me now that your mama's out here? You be nice to Luca. She does seem to be chewing on her cud a little bit. Today she's actually been pretty good. That was the first few days that I was halter training her. Or I guess she's been halter trained her whole life, but that we were doing this. I told Luca, you might not want to come out because I'm not going to let her off the halter when she acts like she's a grumpy. So Luca was a softie, I think, when she was little, and that's a little bit of the problem. Jermaine, I have actually heard that before. Lots of people say she looks like me, but with a little bit darker hair when we were younger. Or when I was younger, not her. Oh, be nice. Be nice. Yeah, it's crazy how genetics work. Same dad, same mom, and really I don't think many of our kids look the same. So we're getting really excited to see what our babies look like when they're all born. That's guesses that we keep saying. All of the dads, even though they're not the same, are high parks, which have like the dark ears and the white body, but they're pretty heavily, is it called speckled, Luca? Do you know what it's called? I can't remember what they call it, but it's like in a dachshund, you call it dappled or whatever. And they, so we're curious to see like, will Atleys look a lot more black and white because we're adding that mix into it, or Ember's, it could be her color, but that color of ear, that color of ear on her color on that color of ear. Sorry, my words are getting all tied. Bridget, no clue what's gonna come out, and they obviously could come out just the color of their mamas. But genetics is super crazy when you mix it all together. That's something we keep talking about, contacting other people to kind of get together with them and talk about them and make videos or footage kind of like that. Like, hey, here's some information about Highland cow genetics. Things that I didn't know and I'll be learning, but I can document it not only for me to look back at later, but for other people to enjoy too. Because there's not really a lot out there. I come across lots of Facebook pages that have cows, but usually it's about the same as mine, just people sharing their animals. Bridget's head is down and just chewing and chewing her cud, so maybe she won't beat me up. So yeah, Bridget does lay down. She is in Bridget boot camp right now. She was beating me up all the time, and so we are trying a 14-day boot camp of me just loving on her and doing whatever I can to make her realize I'm the boss and she doesn't get to be grumpy to me or anyone else. And so after, we usually do this for about an hour, and then after the hour, she gets to be off the halter and laying down. She doesn't want a treat, Lukey. Or is she eating a treat? Luca was trying to give her a treat. Not so much. She's gonna eat it. She was trying to put it in your mouth. Here, you want it? You just I think she was trying to throw it down. There we are. See how mean she is. That is super cool. So when we got Ember, she was 2 months. Bridget was 3 months old. What's super crazy about Bridget is we put the halter on her, pulled her around. She was good. Like, Atlee was actually the worst one. I've been trying to go back and find our old shorts. I'll probably maybe share that short tomorrow. We got them off the trailer and let our kids just go with them in the pasture. And Dove and Bridget walked right along like, all right, whatever, we'll do this. And Atlee was paired up with my youngest daughter, and they were quite the pair. Atlee, I don't know if I think she had been on a halter maybe the day before, so they hadn't been on very much. But yeah, if you just stick with it and walk them on the halter, all the other girls do a great job on the halter. Bridget even actually does a good job on the halter too, like if you have to walk her to the trailer or anything like that, until she doesn't want to, and that's more the issue, that she's just a mean girl. Albuquerque, New Mexico, wow. Thanks for watching. Just farms you're in Ohio, so that means you've been freezing cold for a little bit too. I'm over winter for sure. The whole Groundhog's Day, 6 more weeks of winter, I'm kind of not a fan of that. I would have been more a fan of spring. That's another reason why Luca's not usually invited when I'm doing Bridget boot camp. She keeps trying to give her treats, making her remain. But that. May I ask what? We're in Indiana. We appreciate you guys watching us. It's kind of, honestly, I love it when people jump on the live because it makes this hour plus go a little bit longer. Yes, this morning, so did you guys have snow this morning? Oh, in California, so you are living it up a little bit better than us here. You don't have these real cool ear warmers and stuff. When I woke up this morning and there was snow on the ground again, granted it melted by the end of the day, but I was like, are you kidding me? Like, more snow, like, so we are over it. Lots of rain. Yeah, that, at least snow's pretty, I guess. Yeah, rain, that just kind of makes everything dreary. Although I felt like the last few days here have felt just kind of overcast and not so grand. A blizzard a few days ago. So yeah, your life is way worse than mine. So sorry that that's happening to you. The snow we had a few weeks ago. So since they're in a stall, we fill a wagon, fill it with poop and just pull it to the poop pile is what we call it. But it's at the very end of our property because who wants that right next to the barn? And getting the wagon from the barn to the poop pile made me regret my life choices quite a bit. I did lots of times call for a kid to come push one end while I was pulling the other. And it was 72 there today. Wow, that is nice. We think Indiana people are kind of great. So when it was 70 for us a few weeks ago, my husband pulled the heaters out of the trough because why would we want them drinking warm water? And then I had to break ice. So I went ahead, a few days later because it started freezing again. We have the trough warmer back in there. You are making her ornery. She's trying to get Luca's attention. She knows if I get Luca's attention, I'm going to get whatever I want. She hasn't realized that I'm just as stubborn as she is. You look pretty good today, though. You be a good girl. So those of you that are new here, do you have any questions that I maybe would have covered the first few days? Oh, Bridget's gonna get jealous. Luca's going in to give Atlee some love. Atlee loves being loved on. I'll tell you who really loves being loved on is that girl right there. She has been the most annoyed with this Bridget boot camp because she would really like to be the one who's being hung out with the whole time. Is it really expensive to upkeep the food? So, be nice. I have to lean in to read my phone. It depends on the lifestyle you want to give them. Like, they don't have to be in stalls and bedded every night. We spend anywhere between $5 and $10 a day just on bedding. And then a bale of hay, when we bought them this last time, was $7. And then they get that feed at night. The feed usually, when I buy a bag of feed, since we just give them a little bit just for a treat, that lasts, I don't know, maybe a week or two. And I think that's like $12 or $13. Maybe 17 or 18. I can't remember which is chicken food and which is cow food. So we're probably between $17 and $20 a day just for the cows. That doesn't include bunny treats and snacks and chicken things. So definitely was a poor choice on our part. But we do love them. But my husband likes to say, it's kind of like if you take your kids to the amusement park, you don't really make any money, but you're making fun memories. So hopefully we'll start selling their babies, and that will help at least pay for their hay. But my husband's trying to keep all the babies from this year, so maybe next year we'll maybe break even or come closer to breaking even. Let's see if I can get Luca over here. Harlow. I don't know if I can zoom in from this side or not. Super hard. Harlow loves water bottles. And so Luca hopped in there to love on her. She's trying to get the water bottle. Oh man. So, but you don't have to have bedding for your cows. They can sleep outside. Just as long as they have a 3-sided shelter, they're good to go. They're super hardy. We just started ours this way. In the summer, we let them sleep outside. But what we don't have, because we had no clue what we were doing, we built the barn, and we thought that it would be great to just leave them in here. I don't know why my phone won't stay straight today. So we didn't buy a 3-sided shelter for them. We just figured we'll just let them be in the barn when it's rainy and whatever. Well, we do, but if I let them just have free range access to the barn, it is a disaster. Like, they knock stuff off the shelves, they knock the shovels down and all kinds of stuff. So they don't get free reign of the barn like we thought they would. So hopefully after we sell some babies, we'll get that 3-sided shelter that we would like to have for them, and then they can sleep outside a lot more. And then my bedding bill will at least go down. So like you said, having a dog and a cat, that kind of stuff does add up. And that's where we just kind of look at it like, you buy cat food, dog food. These are just our really big dogs. Did all the cows go through Bridget boot camp one time or the other? No. This is our very first time doing this. All the other cows are mellow and chill and don't try and kill me every day. This is kind of a new thing for us. So we're just trying to see if there's any way we can love her out of grumpiness. But let's see. Ember is a goodie. Cows give chocolate milk. You would think. So that's the thing. With the barn, when we have babies and stuff like that, we'll still keep using the barn a lot. Our Highland cow is more mellow than other cows. I think it depends on the breed a lot. Although I say that, and I hear Dexter cows are super mellow, and that is what's in the lineage of Bridget too. And if I only had Bridget, I 100% would say no. Highland cows are rowdy. But all of our other cows, are just kind of chill. They don't really care what's going on. But I don't know if that's true of other cows either, because we've never had other cows. And then the cows, like, I think at 4-H and whatever, they're super trained. So most cows that I've seen in the pastures are, kind of scared of humans unless they're bringing food. So not really sure how that goes. I think. But I definitely think today she is being more chill than she has been lately. I don't know if it's because she has distractions out here or because Atlee was keeping her in check in the beginning or what, but we'll take it. We'll take it, won't we, good girl? She isn't smashing me today. Yesterday she would either smash me here or I have my arm around her and she kept smacking it, kind of smashing me. So I'm sure I'll be out. I didn't check and see if I had any bruises on my arm. Yesterday though, even though she did hit me like my arms and kind of body, I learned to keep my face back. The first 2 days, the first day she hit me really hard in the nose. So bad, so like eyes watering kind of stuff. And then the second day she got me under the chin and kind of rocked my teeth together. Are you just haltering her or are you loving on her? You're brushing her? Luca's got Harlow all haltered up, getting ready to brush her. What are you doing, Atlee? Checking to see what's going on? Doing more itches? So we only have Highland cows. There's Luca over there getting ready to brush Harlow. So we have 5 Highland cows and no regular cows. That's what I think. I think cows really kind of get the short end of the stick when people talk about them being not intelligent or rowdy. I do think bulls for sure definitely probably are what make people a little bit scared of cows. Bridget acts like a bull, in my opinion, sometimes. But I think that's they're just big, and so they're kind of scary to say that they aren't nice or whatever. But I think they're like any other male animal, kind of territorial, and when they're ready to breed kind of thing. So I think that's some of it. But so this is a mini size. So I can imagine a full-sized grumpy boy wanting you out of his way. Like, I would be pretty scared of that, even if he was nice 90% of the time. I think they're pretty mellow. Making messes back there. One thing that's been kind of nice with me being out here is I kind of scoop their poos out of the stall before I leave so they're not all smashed, because what happens is, I noticed this today, my husband leaves for work before it's light out, and I came outside to start his car because there was snow on the ground, and all of a sudden I hear Dwayne just crowing. And so I think when Dwayne hears something, then he crows and he wakes these girls up. So then they're awake and walking around their stalls, and they don't care if they step in poop. And it's a way easier to clean up one cow pie than a cow pie that's been stepped on a bunch of times, because then it's just a bunch of little chunks. Keeps you real messy if we don't get them all, huh? So Bridget definitely does have her head down here and is just chewing her cud. And that, I mean, we're way sooner than we were yesterday. Heck, I feel like, if I remember correctly, she was still beating me up almost at an hour. But she's still kind of going back and forth. Every once in a while, I kind of brace myself. But she might just be adjusting. I thought she was going to a minute ago, but she just went potty. So, oh, good girl, Bridget. What do you think? So yeah, it would be amazing if just loving on her. Like, I wish I would have done this 2 years ago. Had I known, that would have just changed her attitude. I have to remember to take the trash out when I'm done with this. I hope it's working. I hope it's working. Heck, even if I had to do this once a week, it would be worth it. As long as she doesn't get me out in the pasture. That's where I'm more nervous about that. Although a few days ago, I think it was the day I was gonna start boot camp. I always, they eat their food, and then I come in and I take their food bowl out so that they don't make a mess in it throughout the night or whatever. And I was so proud of the girls, like, not so proud. They know, like, I come in, you let me grab your bowl, I walk out, I give you a treat. Like, we're good. Even Bridget, though, has been doing that. And I was like, yeah, like, I trained her, she's good. She rocked me so hard that day. I was trying to video for our vlog, and so I don't know if I was being too trusting or if she was irritated that I had my phone, because Bridget is not a fan of my phone or what, but I came out, she got her, I was standing right here, and her gate is over that way, and she was standing in front of her gate, and I was like, all right, you gotta let me out. And she literally just stuck her head between my legs and threw me like a cartoon character, and she did not get a treat after that. So, but she hasn't done it the last 2 days. So hopefully she'll be nice to me in the pasture and her stall after this. I wish you could take my trash out for me, because I know that I'm gonna forget by the time that I'm done and go do that. Maybe Luca will help me remember. We do have cattle cubes for them, but we use them more for treats than food. Their main diet is the hay that we give them in the mornings. And then we also give them a feed at night that's called e-feed. And it's kind of like corn and then just teeny tiny pellets that have like vitamins and stuff in them. So we kind of give them just that for a little bit. I'll show you Atlee laid down. So Atlee gave in and is relaxing already. Dove laid down way long time ago. Dove she just comes in, eats her food, and lays down. Like, all right, this is what we're supposed to do. Now, if I'm in here, Bridget stays standing up, hoping, on this. And then Ember stays standing up, hoping that I'll come give her more treats. Yesterday, she gave in and laid down. And as soon as she heard me come out, she hurried up and hopped up to make sure she got some treats. Good, yeah. Hauling trash. Well, that, I'm sure sure it's helpful if that really is your side hustle. There have definitely been days we kind of live in a small town, and we can put like on our parents' page or even just our own personal thing, like, hey, I put this stuff out at the end of the driveway. My husband calls it junk buffet. He'll say, I put a junk buffet out at the end of the driveway. And lots of times, if it's usable stuff, we can get it gone without having to call someone. But there have definitely been times that I have wished that we had someone to run stuff to the junkyard. We redid, like when we bought this house, we lived in the basement and gutted the whole upstairs and redid it. And that is when I wish that I had a side hauling trash man, because we would just carry stuff out. We had this big tarp that we put everything on, and then we would just take little trips. There was someone down at the end of the road who was like, hey, can I dig through that and take like 2x4s out and stuff like that? I was like, absolutely. So I guess he was a little bit our side hustle trash guy. Pizza. More than hay and grain. Honestly, I don't really know. The people that we bought them from told us hay would be their main diet, but to make sure that they knew what cattle cubes were, because if you shake that cup with cattle cubes, 90% of the time they'll come running. Our girls, there was a good bout where it was just bad luck on us, or a kid not getting the gate shut or whatever, and these stinking girls got out multiple times. And I would say most of the time, if we got close enough to them with the treats, they would be like, okay, and they would follow us back in. Bridget a few times has been an ornery girl and not wanted to come back. They definitely, the whole grass is greener on the other side. They'll eat all the wild onions, obviously in the pasture, but if they find any like out of the pasture, that's where they like to go. Luca likes to halter up Harlow and take her out, and it's hard to get her to walk past one of those. You're being a good girl, Bridget. I can't figure out if she's itching because she's itching, or if she's itching because she's trying to figure out how to get that halter off. That was a bad deal yesterday when she got her halter off. And so that's the thing. I think with the grain or hay, it's kind of like with the bunny. Some people are like, you should only feed them hay and vegetables and things like that, and other people are just feed them the pellets. And I think it kind of just depends on personal preference and quality of life and things like that, to where with the cows, they seem happy, they seem a little bit chunky, so we think we're doing what's right. It's actually not Carlo with the C, it's like H Harlow, and then Ember, EMBER, like, and she is the reddish one that is technically called a yellow Highland. We called her Ember because she was close to like the fire ember color. You're being a good girl, Bridget. I feel like I'm just waiting for like the other, what's the saying, the other foot to fall or something like that. The fact that she's just standing here and not beating me up, definitely a little nerve-wracking. I'm trying to just embrace it and think, okay, we're getting somewhere. So we surprised our kids with Harlow when we went to get her. My husband and I obviously knew we were going to do it, but we loaded them up and we were like, hey, we're going to do a road trip kind of thing. And so we told them as we were leaving, like, hey, we're going to go get another cow and we're going to pick a name. And everyone else got to pick their cow's name, because each kid has a cow. Well, Harlow was supposed to be like the 5th cow, and she was everyone's cow. She ended up becoming Luca's cow, and Bridget's supposed to be my husband's cow. But as you can see, it's me out here trying to make her love me, because he works too much to do that. But Cupcake was almost Harlow's name, and that was a no-go for me. So we're glad they named her Harlow. Let's see, Luca's getting lots of love over here. I'm gonna see if I can turn it around and. Oh, you caught me? If you can see, well, it kind of blends in. I'm gonna try and point my finger at it right here. Is a giant hair pile that Luca has from Harlow. Harlow is definitely a fluffy little cow. Luca, are you going around that side? Will you stand like to where it blocks that? Or you can show it, yeah. Definitely a lot of hair, and if you remember, last night, they all got brushed out. So I'm hoping the fact that she is brushing out that much hair means warmer weather is coming. Hopefully, because I'm over the yucky weather. So now our thing that we're having, so we're getting ready to have 4 new babies. And so my husband and I are trying to debate which ones we're going to keep, which ones we're not going to keep, or whatever. But this time, do the parents get to name the cows because we don't technically have cows yet? Or do we let the kid name the cow whose kids, or, you know, like if it's Laban's cow, does he get to pick the name or not? So that's our topic of conversation we've been having lately. Because they're definitely coming up with some good names. Lennox kind of likes the theme. She wants, like, her cow is Dove. So she was like, okay, do I stay with the animal theme or the bird theme or the white theme? So, like, I don't know. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I can't get it turned around. Is that yummy, Harlow? Sometimes when she does that, I wonder if she, like, she's the only cow that ever drank off of a bottle. So I don't know if it's just in her nature to grab onto something like that or not. Hey, Shell, thanks for coming. We probably won't be on too much longer because looky here, Bridget is not attacking me. She's been like this for quite a while. So, and I don't know, I've been going ahead and posting our lives, like where they can be watched again. But it seems to take her forever. I don't know if it's because it's so long, if they have to watch through and make sure everything's okay or buffer. I don't really know why. I'm not the technical guy in our house to know why certain things work and certain things don't. Yeah, she does. Thank you. I voted for the name Harlow. Luca here is such a sweet girl, so she jumped over Harlow's stall into Atlee's and back out of Atlee's so that Dwayne didn't get bothered by opening the gate. I don't know why he loves to sleep next to Harlow, but that's where he sleeps. For a long time, we had a cage in here that I even had a branch in that I thought maybe he would sit on, and he preferred to be next to Harlow, so. But yeah, Bridget, the first few minutes I was in here, Bridget was crazy, but she really mellowed out pretty quick. We couldn't figure out if it was because Atlee tried to discipline her right at the beginning, and then Luca's been out here with me, so maybe she's been more distracted. I don't really know, but she's been pretty good. The whole yesterday, I remember how she was smacking me into the wall. She hasn't done that, but I can remember. So Bridget needs a song. If I was a singer, maybe I would do that, but it would probably get everyone worked up if that was the case. Probably if I could get my daughters to be brave enough. They're pretty good singers, but I don't know. I actually, super, you just made me think of a sweet memory. So my son plays the guitar, and they did used to get music played to him because after we when it's warmer, we all come out here, we love on our cow, we brush our cow, and then we all go back in. Well, Laban would sneak back out with his acoustic guitar, and he would sit in with Ember and play the guitar for her at bedtime and sing to her, and it was the sweetest, cutest thing. But of course, I never got to video it or anything like that because I had to respect his privacy. But I had forgotten about that memory. That was so sweet. Let's see. Sorry, I have to scroll back through. Hi, Addie. Thanks for watching. So Elizabeth, we do put other videos up. So I put a short up every day, mostly of the cows. Every once in a while, if I feel like I get a cute video of our rabbits. Are you going out? Okay. Of our rabbits or our chickens. I post 3 of those a day. And then once a week, we put out a long form, usually on Tuesdays. I just video everything that I'm doing on Monday, edit it, and then put it up on Tuesday. Until right before Christmas, I was doing that every day. We put up a daily video, but it kind of got to be a little bit much. So we quit doing that. I don't know if we'll ever go back to doing every day. It was a lot, in the fact also that I just felt like we were doing the same thing over and over. Like, I let the cows out, I cleaned up after the cows, put the cows to bed. And same thing. So I felt like it was getting kind of monotonous. But yeah, we have been putting up, I think it was December of we were doing weekly before December of last year, like 2024. And then we decided to go ahead and try and grow our channel to post every day. And then come this Christmas break, I was like, let's just be a family and hang out and not stress about, I mean, obviously we still took care of the animals and did all that stuff, but I wasn't stressed about, oh no, it's late and I would really rather watch this movie with you, but I have to go edit a video or something. So we kind of stepped back a little bit for our family and Christmas time. Are you feeling the boot camp is helping yet or too soon? I don't know. The fact that we're standing here and she isn't beating me up right now is super impressive. I should go back through. If you watch like yesterday's live, I should figure out like timestamps, like fast forward to this part. This is when Bridget slams me into the stall, or she got her halter off yesterday. That was kind of scary. So yeah, and today she's just kind of chilling here. So I don't think anyone would believe that this girl needed some boot camp if today was day 1. Because she was a little bit ornery at the beginning, but nothing like she usually is. I did post one of our shorts today. I kind of did like the Throwback Thursday, and it was Bridget when she was teeny tiny coming after me. And I look back now, I was terrified of her. Like, I didn't want to walk in the pasture, and her horns are like this big. But I think I was terrified of the future. Like, I knew if we didn't get her under control, then she was going to hurt us. Well, we couldn't get her under control. And so we made the hard decision to take her horns off. And honestly, right after she had her horns taken off, I thought, okay, she's like mellowed out, like she's not going to be bad anymore because she doesn't have that to use. Nope. As soon as her head healed up, she was right back at it. And so then I just learned to deal with her. Like, if I saw her coming, I didn't make eye contact. I just ignored her, and I tried my best to stay away from her. Well, the more I've thought about it, all I was doing was reinforcing that bad behavior. Oh, Dove just got up and is making a bad choice. This morning when I came in, I'm trying to zoom in, there is a basket of brushes there, and it looks like she might be itching on the on the side, but that basket of brushes was in her stall and flung all over. So luckily she didn't break any of them. Stinking cow brushes are expensive, especially if they step on them, they're just smashed and not good. Luca, do you want to move that so she doesn't get it? Looks like we're gonna need to rearrange that. I kind of let it get messy over the winter. I'm someone who, when it's cold, I don't really care where things get put and how clean it is. Polar opposite of my husband. Like, my husband wouldn't care if it was -30 and he saw that was messy. He would get it fixed before he went back inside. It's not how I roll. So probably when it gets a little bit warmer, we'll get that taken care of. But so yeah, hopefully this boot camp's working and Bridget will, like I said from the very beginning, I don't care if she loves me. I care if she tries to hurt me. And so I think it's more a dominance thing. I think she's trying to let me know she's the boss and I just have to teach her that I'm the boss. The only thing that I haven't figured out yet, or I don't know if all of my kids are gonna have to do this, like, or even my husband. Like, is it gonna be one of those things, or is she just gonna realize from this, like, humans are the bosses? So, how expensive is a cow scratcher? So, honestly, we have one, and it's not in their thing. That'd probably be a really good idea to put in here for each of them. I can't remember how much it was. Huh? Yeah, so that's the thing. My mother-in-law is super sweet. When she sees a need, she usually tries to meet it. And so she bought that cow scratcher, so I wasn't the purchaser of it. But that might be something to look into. Although there's so many things I want to spend money on. We're talking right now about getting live stream out into our barn. And obviously that's going to cost a little bit of money to get cameras out here and stuff. But hopefully if we do that, then when the girls are giving birth, it'll just be straight from the camera. It won't be me having to make sure that I'm holding a phone and doing whatever and stuff like that. So, are we going to get grumpy right about the time I was about to be done? So hopefully we'll figure that out. But yeah, I've never one time even thought to put a cow scratcher out here, but in each of their stalls. If that's kind of where you're going with that would be a really good idea. Because they do use the one out in the pasture. It actually has their hair on it. Are you getting tired of it? Oh, you can't hit me. I can't leave you when you're hitting. Hey, Luca, will you grab a rake so I can grab the poo out of here before I take her off? So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to get her poo out of here, and then we'll give them some treats, and then we'll probably head inside since she's been so good. Oh, you be good for me, Bridget? Of course, you're standing right in it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it or not. She's literally standing right on it. Move your foot, sister. Go say hi to Luca. Oh, there we go. I love, she'll just poop another one on me. Okay, so we got that out. Bridget, I really appreciate how good you've been today. You've been such a good girl. I wish that I would have videoed Dove making that sound. All right, so we will give Bridget a treat. I washed my coat. Seriously, now I can't even give you a treat because you're being nasty. Can we be nice? That's the thing. People tell me, well, just give her treats all the time. I really feel like when I get the smell of treats out is when she kind of turns into a butt. I can't tell if this is a bad choice. You want to scooch that back? All right, are you going to be nice? Like, let's not undo all this yet.
What happened to your button?
My button? Oh, I don't know. Are you not going to take it? There you go. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take her halter off too. Today I got her good and tied. Luca's trying to move my phone around for me. So I am going to try and keep going live every time we do it because really it just helps entertain me. I'm gonna turn the camera around so we can give them treats. And we're gonna take a treat now that you're off the halter. Grumpy lady. I'm wondering a little bit if she doesn't want to take him out of my hand because it's dirty from her. Well, take it. This girl will take some treats. You want some treats? Can you say hi? Ember dances a little bit when you bring treats out. Is that pretty yummy? Good girl. Harlow's over there. Bring me a treat. Showing here to Dove. Hi, Dove. Dove doesn't ever take a treat from me. You can try. It doesn't matter. You can try. She'll eat that whole thing if she wants it. Yeah. Luca's gonna give her. I had put a little rabbit. Rabbits eat these hay cubes, and I had one in there from taking it out to Honey. She didn't want it. All right. Good night, Dove. What'd you do? We're able to break one. This girl wants some treats. You want some treats? You coming to give them to her? I'll let Luca come over here. She hopped out of Dove's stall. Hurry, Mom, hurry, hurry. Oh, there we go. She's confused because I'm here. So that is something Luca has always been brave enough. She used to feed Bridget like that when she was little too. All right, one more. Give her one more. Good night, Harlow. Good night, Atlee. You want a treat? You can try and reach down there and give her a treat. Usually when she's laying down, she hasn't wanted one the last few nights. Nope. All right. Good night, sweet girl. All right. One more, Bridget, because you were so good today. We'll see if she wants the other hay cube. Not so much. All righty. Here, I'll give you one of these. Want that? All right. Good night, sweet girl. Thank you for being good. And we thank you guys for watching, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.